The power of learning. Good morning, class. Let me ask you something. Have you ever looked up at the sky and wondered how the stars got there? Or maybe you've stared at the boat crawling across the sidewalk and thought, what is that little thing thinking? If you've ever asked a question like that, guess what? You're already holding something very powerful inside of you, something called curiosity. Yes, my dear students, curiosity is the spark, the thing that gets your mind turning, your eyes widening, and your imagination soaring. And today, we are going to talk about why that little spark is one of the greatest gifts you will ever have. Let me share a truth with you. Every time you open your book, you unlock new words. Every time you ask why, you get closer to finding answers. That's not just a quote, that is a live truth. You see, curiosity is like a magical map. It's the voice inside of you that says, I wonder how that works. Why does that happen? What if I try this instead? Imagine you're a treasure hunter with a magical map, but instead of leading to gold and jewels, this map leads to answers, ideas, and discoveries that help you grow smarter and stronger. Every time you ask a question, it's like taking a step on that map. Every time you wonder, you are opening a door to something new. For example, when you ask, why does the moon change shape? You are not just being curious, you are stepping into the world of science, learning about the phases of the moon and how the earth, moon, and sun dance together in space. When you ask, how do birds fly without falling? Your curiosity is guiding you into the wonders of aerodynamics and nature. You're learning how wings and air work together, and maybe you will even get ideas for designing your own paper glider or drone. And it's not just about big science questions. When you wonder, how can I get better at math? And you look for tips, ask for help, or practice harder, you're growing your brain. Again, when you say, why did friend get upset? And you try to understand their feelings, you're learning empathy, one of the most powerful life skills you will ever need. Even asking, what if I do it this way instead? While building something in art or robotics means you're thinking like an innovator. Let me take you back to a moment in my own life. I was a young girl sitting in a small classroom, no bigger than yours. The walls were plain. We wrote on blackboard with white chalk. There were no smart boards and the devices you enjoy today, which have answers to your questions, most of the answers. The internet puts answers in your own palms, yes, on your fingertips. But there was one thing I always had, questions on my mind. I wanted to know why people were treated differently. I wanted to know how someone could change their life. I wanted to understand why stories could make you cry or laugh or dream bigger. And every time I asked why, I found myself learning something that made me, more thoughtful, more aware, more ready to make a difference. That's what curiosity does. It makes your mind bloom. Curiosity is your guide. It takes you down paths that help you try new things, solve problems in new ways, create something that never existed before, understand people and the world even better. So don't be afraid to ask why, how, or what if. Even if someone laughs, even if you don't get the answer right away, even if it's hard to understand at first. I know sometimes asking why can feel scary. Maybe you're worried someone will think your question is silly. Maybe you've been told to be quiet or just to accept things the way they are. But let me be the first to tell you, there is no such thing as silly question. The smartest inventors, scientists, leaders, and artists all got where they are by asking questions that nobody else was brave enough to ask. Why can't we fly? Led to airplanes. Why does the apple fall from tree? Led to gravity. Why can't we all have a voice? Led to movement that changed the world. So never be afraid to raise your hand. Never be afraid to look a little deeper, and never be afraid to wonder. Because every time you do, you are growing, you are learning, and you are becoming a more powerful version of yourself. So next time you read a book, I want you to remember you are not just reading words, you are unlocking a world full of surprises, lessons, and dreams waiting to come true. And the next time you hear your inner voice, why? Don't ignore it, follow it, because it's pointing you towards something amazing. Maybe you will discover a passion for science. Maybe you will write stories that touch hearts. Or maybe you will build something that changes how people live. Whatever it is, it all begins with that one little question, why? So here's my message to you today, my bright young explorers. Be curious, be bold, be brave enough to ask, and never ever stop learning, because when you follow your curiosity, you follow the path to your greatest self. Stay curious. Stay curious. Ask questions. Discover you. My dear students, may your day be bright and your mind even brighter. Don't forget to leave a little sparkle wherever you go.